Hey everybody, Mom Makes with Honey Hollow Homestead. Alright, I'm down here in the fenced off part of the pasture that's on the other side of the creek. And what I am noticing, I don't know if you can see here or not, this plant right here, let's see here, the sheep are not touching, honey's not touching. So obviously it's not something that's appetizing to them, they're eating in between it. So, I don't have a brush hog. I don't have a riding lawnmower. What I do have is my battery operated Cobalt mower. I've got it set to its highest setting. So I'm hoping I can knock this down before it blocks out the sun. So I'm going to give it my best shot. Okay, you're on the bridge. Now, the sheep were not down here when I started coming down here. They followed me. So I don't know what they're going to think of this mower. We're going to find out. want that on its highest setting. There we go. I guess I did a goof. I thought it was on its highest setting. I didn't check. It is now. Trash. Now, what you probably cannot see on the camera is that there is a lot of crawfish holes, a lot of them, and it's very uneven ground. So I'm doing the best I can, but it ain't easy, I'll tell you. I need to get something down here to cut some of this old briar away. Ideally what would be nice is to have a controlled burn, because not only it would kill off the ticks, it would also eliminate some of the brush I've got down and about. But I'm only one person, and I'm not experienced in doing something like that. So I'm not even going to try it. Besides, it's been dry. We got a little bit of rain the other night. We have more rain moving in tonight, and I think tomorrow night. So I'm hoping that's going to help the grass to grow. But in the meantime, I'm just going to knock down these weeds that the sheep are not touching and Honey is not touching. And hopefully we'll have more grass. I was looking at Gallagher website. They have a cheap reel. Most of their reels are like $50 and up. And I've seen other YouTubers using these reels for rotational grazing, and I would love to fence this area off over here, let them over there. But I got that junk pile over here that was there when we bought the property, and I didn't see it because of all the weeds. But I've got lots of good grass over here. I need to get them over here. So I don't know, I have to figure this out, how I'm going to do that. Like I said, the reels, they're nice. It makes it easier to run the wire. But, you know, I'm just not sure how I do it because I got to hook it up to the electric. So, which means I'd probably have to pound a T-post stand somewheres. I'm still sorting this out. Like I said, I'm spoiled with the goats because I can just let them out. They do a circuit around the main facility here, and they really don't venture off the property much, except for down just below my property here. There's an open area, and they'll go in there. And my neighbor who owns that property, he doesn't care. He's fine with that because he doesn't have the livestock to cover that area right now. So he's fine with that. So the goats will go down there, but that's as far as they'll go. And then they'll come home. As a matter of fact, they're home right now. They were out this morning earlier. They're back right now. They're laying on the side of the hill, just sunning themselves, chewing their cud. The sheep, if I let them out, they go visiting the neighbors. And that's not acceptable. So I have to come up with a different method for handling the sheep. And I am running out of brush, so I can't depend on the goats. I'm going to be cutting back on the goats and broadening the sheep. But I got to get the fencing situation figured out. So anyway, I'm going to get back to mowing. There's still a little bit of these tall weeds right here. It seems like most of them are right here in front of the bridge. I didn't see a whole lot down that way. I'm going to explore that in a little bit. I'll check and see what they're doing. I come down here last night just before dark, and I couldn't really see all that well. I do know that these taller weeds were here, right in front of the bridge, but I couldn't really see very well down that way. It was too dark. So I got to explore, check that out again to see how they're grazing. So anyway, this is Mom H with Honey Hollow Homestead. I'm going to get back to work, finish this up, and then I'll check down that end, see if it needs it down there. I said the ground is very uneven. It's between, like, Honey was down here years ago. So the hooves, you know, that leave pock marks, plus the crawfish, they have burrows and they have mounds, and I'm hoping that maybe the mower will knock some of them down. I don't know. It's like, I'm using what I have. Okay. Be nice to have a better machine for this, but right now I don't. So you just do the best you can with what you have, right? So this is Mom H with Honey Hollow Homestead and my sheep. We'll talk to y'all later.